A mosquito entered Jenny's room. She kept staring at it because she was crazy about cleaning, and she ran behind to kill it. Then Jenny's eyes burst and fell on the wallpaper. It seemed as if something was hidden behind it. As soon as she was about to remove the wallpaper, a strange sound came from outside the window. Jenny went there in excitement. This sound was coming from below. She got scared and reached near the stairs and peered. The living room was completely silent. Then she turned on the light. That foggy light scared her and increased it. After looking around, Jenny breathed a sigh of relief. That sound was actually of an open window. But as soon as she closed the window and turned back, something very strange happened. That window suddenly opened again. Jenny's heart started beating fast. She turned back slowly and saw. She gathered her courage and extended her hand to close the window. But the surprising thing was that her younger sister was outside the window. So, how did she enter the room suddenly? Jenny understood that something was wrong. She slowly started walking towards her sister. But her sister said that she was standing here. Maybe what she saw on the window was just a shadow. After hearing this, Jenny stood still. Her younger sister told her that she had come to see her brother. But just now, her brother had abused her. After hearing this, Jenny started sweating. Because her brother was in a coma for the past 3 years due to an accident. How can he speak suddenly? When Jenny saw that her brother's machines were completely normal, she felt a little relieved, and she closed the door. She thought that the girl was joking. She picked up her sister in her lap and returned to the room. But her sister said something shocking again. Who told you that this was a joke? Before she could say anything else, a loud sound of machines was heard from downstairs. The mother also woke up and came out. At that time, her brother's position had changed, but no one paid attention to her because her brother's heartbeat was getting worse. The mother immediately took out an injection and gave it to her son as usual. But this time, the medicine didn't work. Her brother's heartbeat was getting faster and faster. The mother then realized that something was very wrong. As soon as she saw it, her brother's heart rate increased a lot, and then everything suddenly calmed down. Her mother tried a lot to save her, but everything was useless. It seemed as if her mother loved her son more, or maybe she didn't even like Jenny. Then her mother slapped Jenny hard, and miraculously, her brother's heartbeat returned. It seemed as if she was enjoying seeing Jenny in pain. The mother took her younger sister in her arms and started pampering her brother. Jenny thought that she was a stranger in that house. She was sad and left from there. But she didn't know that as soon as she left, her elder brother would wake up in a coma. Hearing the sound, Jenny came back. Her dog also came from outside and started barking loudly. Her brother was sitting in the same position without moving. And this is where the bad incident started. The next day, both the sisters woke up early. Jenny was lying on the bed for a while, but as soon as she came out, she saw that her younger sister was enjoying her breakfast. Usually, Jenny was the one who took care of her. Jenny was wondering who made the breakfast. Suddenly, she saw a ghostly shadow in the mirror, but when she turned around, it was her mother. This incident scared Jenny terribly. Even while going to school, she was very worried. She was going to her locker with an irritated mind. That's when she saw that 2 girls were making something secretly. Seeing Jenny coming, both of them got scared and ran away. Jenny went near and saw. So she made a picture of her house. To find out what's so special about this house, she went to the school library and started looking for information about the house. When she found out the truth, she lost her senses. Many years ago, a horrific murder took place in her house. The old owner, Robert, came under the influence of a voice and killed his entire family. That's when a boy named Tom asked him to watch a horror film. On the poster of that film, there was a picture of the same house in which Jenny was living. Do you know this house? At that moment, Jenny was convinced that she was living in a cursed and haunted house. She immediately returned home and asked her mother, "Why didn't you tell me about this house? I was just waiting for the right time. So when will the right time come?" "You knew that this is a lie, son." "Yes, and everyone in my school knows this. Except me. You should have told me. Forgive me. There was a lot going on in my mind. It would have been better if you had a little concern for me as well." That's when the doorbell rang and the argument between them stopped. When the mother went to open the door, Jenny saw that she had thrown the cross in the garbage. It seemed as if she didn't believe in God anymore. Her brother's doctor came to the door. According to the last test, there was no disturbance in her brother's mind. But the mother was not ready to believe it. She said that if he can open his eyes, he can be cured. The doctor also said that such a miracle is impossible, and it has never happened in medical science. But the mother was still insisting on doing another test with the doctor. Jenny was not able to see all this. "How long will you keep her alive on the machine?" Jenny got up in anger and left. When she passed by her brother's room, she saw that her younger sister was talking to an invisible person. When Jenny went inside and asked, her sister told her that her brother was in a coma somehow. He is telling her that he misses her a lot. All this was very strange. Jenny was very scared until nightfall, and she was thinking about these strange things. That's when her eyes fell on the torn wallpaper, which she had torn in half. Out of excitement, she scratched the edge of the bed and tore the entire wallpaper. There were bloodstains of the same old murder behind it. Jenny immediately searched for pictures of that murder case on the internet, and as she had thought, this wall looked exactly like that picture. She fell asleep in a scared state, but she didn't know that someone had entered her blanket. It was 3:15 p.m. at that time. Jenny thought that maybe her younger sister had come to her bed, but when she extended her hand, there was no one there. She felt something cold under her. As soon as she touched it, there was bloodstains on her hands. Jenny suddenly turned around. In what she saw, the bed was red with blood. She fell down from the bed out of fear, and as soon as she got back to the bed, suddenly, someone put his hand on her shoulder. It was no one else but the old owner of the house, Robert. Thank God, it was just a bad dream. But the surprising thing was that the wallpaper that Jenny tore at night was absolutely fine now. All these strange incidents had driven Jenny mad. That's when Tom introduced her to his new friend, Emma. Emma said that all of us will go to Jenny's house to watch that horror film, and that too at exactly 3:15 p.m., because that was the time when that horrible murder took place. This would double the fun of watching the film. The next night, both of them reached her house. Jenny brought them inside, so that her mother doesn't wake up. Tom saw when he entered the house that the whole house was made up of a big circle. He thought that it was a magical circle. After that, all three of them played that horror film. In one of the dialogues of the film, it was said that this house is made on such a cursed land where evil powers were worshipped, and this evil power can never be destroyed, because it always finds something or a place to hide inside a person. When they were all immersed in that scary atmosphere of the film, then the door of the brothers' room opened quietly. But as soon as Jenny's attention went that way, that door was closed again. And as soon as the dialogue of the door of hell came in the film, the light of the whole house suddenly went off. And the scariest thing was that it was 3:15 in the morning. Jenny thought that this was a joke of Tom. "What did you do?" "What? I didn't do anything." "I hope you really didn't do anything. I have to go and check the light." "Yes, you should go and see." Jenny took them to the basement. Before that, she had never been to the basement. Tom turned on the flashlight of his phone. There was a scary darkness everywhere. Jenny was walking ahead of everyone, showing courage. There was a spicy smell, and Tom screamed in shock. Jenny told Tom to stop scaring him. The main task was to quickly find the electric box. As soon as he fixed the electric box, he saw Robert's shadow again. But as soon as he blinked, he became Sarah. Actually, he had heard voices from the basement. That's why she had come down to check with a shotgun for her safety. And by mistake, she would have killed her own daughter. That's when a black shadow passed behind Sarah. But no one saw her. As soon as the two friends left, Sarah was very angry with her daughter, because she was afraid that the people outside could spread germs, which would make Sam's health worse. However, Jenny said that she did not let anyone go to Sam, but Sarah was not ready to accept this. Someone had opened the door to her room. They came close, but I closed it. Who took off his jacket? He was not looking secretly. Jenny did not want to argue with him anymore. The next day when the doctor came to check, she was surprised because Sam had come to his senses for a while. This meant that his health was improving. Sarah happily went to him and checked his reaction, and indeed, he gave a response. But at this moment of happiness, Sarah suddenly felt dizzy. When she regained consciousness, she was mumbling something in her sleep. That's when the doctor saw that there were some flies buzzing near the bed. At first, he did not pay attention, but then he saw an insect on the bed. Then he saw that Sam was staring at him badly. The doctor slowly turned Sam's body. Then he saw that his back was already rotten, and there were insects in it. At the same moment, thousands of flies came out of the bed and went straight into the doctor's mouth. But the next second, everything became normal again. After this strange incident, the doctor immediately ran away from there, but Sarah stayed there and took care of her son. After opening Sam's eyes, the big dog of the house started barking at her. But Sarah thought that the dog was just being mischievous. She did not think at all that some evil power had entered her son. Soon, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Strange things started at their time. Lily first saw a black shadow outside the door. After that, the door of the closet opened on its own. Lily heard the sound and slowly went to the closet. As soon as she went inside, the door slammed. With the sound, it closed on its own. She turned back in fear. Hearing the scream, Jenny came to see. She saw that Sam's dry hands were holding Lily. Jenny ran back to her room, closing her mouth in fear. But there she saw another Jenny on the bed. The next moment, Sam pointed a gun at her. With the sound of the bullet, Jenny suddenly woke up from her bad dream. All this was so strange that she could not understand the difference between truth and illusion. It was just that her heart was beating fast. The next day, Sarah tried to talk to Sam through a machine. She told him that Sam can talk to her by choosing a letter from his eyes. Jenny had a little doubt. Still, it was very cool. "I miss you very much." Seeing this, Jenny could not stop herself and started crying. All the burden of her heart finally came out. Now she went and opened her heart and told her friends the secret that she had never told anyone. Actually, she was a very spoiled girl and lived with bad boys. Once she sent her private photos to someone on the internet without thinking. But the next day, her photos went viral on the entire internet. Her classmates, her mother, and her brother also saw those dirty photos. Sam got so angry that he fought with the boys who leaked the photos. In that fight, he accidentally fell down from the balcony of the 3rd floor and went into a coma. Every time listening to this story, friends told him lovingly that he should not blame himself. At least Sam is alive now and is getting better. But the price of this game of fate had already been decided. That night, Jenny felt like someone was standing at the door. But when she got up and went to see, there was nothing there. Admittedly, Sam's recovery was a good thing, but Jenny was still a little scared inside. In the morning, she read books related to this. In the book, it was written that no matter how much medical science has progressed, but the condition of a person who has gone into a coma can never be completely cured. Her friend Tom also raised a doubt. Many years ago, this house had forced Robert to kill his own family. A year later, the same incident was going to happen with another family. They all considered the red room in the basement to be responsible for this, and Sam's bed was right above that red room. But they did not understand that so many families have been living in this house for so many years. So why did nothing bad happen to them? Tom guessed that according to the Bible, this is a very special number, and Jenny's family came here to stay at the same time. That incident had come to an end at a special time. Maybe that evil power gets trapped every time for a few years. Anyway, now when Sam can talk to people easily, Tom advised that why not directly ask him what had happened. That night, Jenny went to Sam and started asking him questions directly. Sam told Jenny to kill him again and again through the machine. Jenny's heart broke, and she started falling on him and crying. Then he asked Sam again if he really wanted this. When Sam said yes, Jenny turned off his life support machine. But suddenly Sam controlled his body at the right time and told his sister to leave. Then Sarah heard the voice and came running. To turn off the machine, he said very bad things to Jenny, but she was surprised to see that Sam did not need the life support machine anymore, and he was able to breathe himself. Sarah thought that this was her son's wish to live, and she started crying happily. But she did not care about her elder daughter's feelings at all. Maybe it was all because she was a spoiled girl before. And Jenny sat there all night. She was scared, remembering what had happened just now. The next day, she quickly told all these things to her friends. Tom told her that somehow she had to manage to get the whole family out of this house. Otherwise, if that evil soul controls everything, then the whole family's life will be in danger. Hearing this, Jenny went back home. She quietly went to Sam's room and typed on the machine, "Let's go out." When Sarah came to see her son and saw that he wanted to go out, she happily threw him out. When he was sitting outside in the sun, Jenny went to the basement and broke a wall. When she went to the hidden place inside, she saw that there was dried blood on the walls, which smelled very bad and spicy. It was written on the wall, "Kill them all." Then she heard Lily scream from outside. She immediately ran outside and saw that her own dog was dead in the lake. Jenny turned around and saw that Sam was shivering with fear. She looked at Sam's eyes and understood that he was in the courtyard. He was afraid of the magical circle. Jenny remembered Tom's words that this circle can imprison evil souls. The evil soul cannot leave this house. Thinking this, Jenny immediately went to her mother and told her that this house is so cursed. Not only did an evil soul take over her brother's body, but she also found a strange red room in the basement. But she did not know at all that her mother had already heard the stories of the red room. "You know that I always believe in God. Then your father fell ill. We saw how he went mad mentally, and then the disease took him. God has given us a lot, my children. That's why I trusted God. I brought all of us here because if there is any power that can cure your brother, then it is this house. This house is very bad, Mother. It is really very bad. It will kill our whole family, just like animals. You, me, Julian, and everyone." But there was a ghostwriter like Mother. She did not listen to one thing. She still believed that her son is good at heart, and he will never hurt his family. When her mother did not listen to her, she packed her things and decided to run away at night with her younger sister. But when she went to her mother's room to find money, she fainted. When Jenny came to her senses, her head was aching like it was going to explode. She was lying on her bed as if nothing had happened. She fell asleep, but it was difficult to believe what she saw. Jenny also joined that lovely family environment without thinking. But when the whole family was praying before eating happily, suddenly blood started dripping on the plate. When Jenny touched it, she saw that blood was flowing from her forehead. And then she woke up from the dream. Her head was covered with blood. When she turned around, it was exactly 3 o'clock at night. Suddenly, her brother's eyes opened, and all the doors of the room started closing automatically. Like a wilted flower, she spread her hands in a strange way and sat on the bed. He wailed and went towards the red room. As soon as his hand was covered with blood, he fell on the wall. He felt that he had some kind of power inside him. His weak body started getting stronger gradually. As soon as he recovered, he came to find his mother. He shot his youngest brother. After that, he took a gun and slowly went upstairs to his younger sister's room and shot him directly on the bed. Then his mother realized that he had become so bad, but the evil spirit had locked him in the room. He had to forcefully take out his old cross. When his son came inside, he said, "What are you doing? Don't you recognize me?" "My son, oh God." The son said, "No, God has nothing to do with this. You die." After that, he went to Jenny's room, but there was no one there. Actually, Jenny had already realized the danger, so she hid with her younger sister. But her brother soon found a place to hide her. But the one who came inside was not her brother, but her dead dog. Jenny told her sister to run to the neighbor's house, and she herself stopped to face the evil dog. She ran to the kitchen and brought a knife. When the dog attacked her, she picked up the knife and wrapped it around her neck, and then she got up and stabbed her many times, which put an end to the danger. But on the other hand, her younger sister was caught by her brother saying, "You are very nice." He took her younger sister back to the bed and blew her blanket. And as soon as her sister turned around, her brother threw a gun at her. He was just about to shoot when Jenny came at the right time and stopped him. After that, Jenny got up with great difficulty and fell down. Her brother looked exactly the same as if he had fallen from the 3rd floor. He started to fall in front of Jenny. Seeing this, Jenny's heart got wet. She ran and held her brother's hand and started apologizing to him. But then her brother suddenly made a strange request. Jenny understood that he was the cunning devil. She immediately held his hand and started dragging him out of the circle. Although her brother kept begging her to leave him, but she did not stop. As soon as her brother came out of the circle, his body started to dry up immediately, and he again became like a coma patient. She said thank you to Jenny with her red eyes and her last breaths, and after that, he calmed down forever. Jenny sat there and started crying. This time she really lost her brother forever. Suddenly she heard her younger sister's voice. Her younger sister came running and hugged Jenny. Jenny held her tightly and finally broke her. She got peace. Thankfully, this little girl was safe. She looked at her with her innocent eyes and asked, "Dee Dee, actually the story leaves a suspense here. Actually, both the sisters told the police that their brother had killed his mother and aunt. The forensic team also found fingerprints of his brother on the gun and considered him the murderer. But his brother's doctor clearly denied this. He believed that in a coma, a big patient can't even get up from his bed. So how can he shoot someone with a gun?" The case ended without any conclusion. The devil actually controlled his brother, or Jenny. No one knew this. Now only this defamation and horror is left. After hearing the name, people's souls tremble. This film, Amityville, is such a film that can drive people crazy with its calmness. Like other horror films, there is bloodshed everywhere. It has not been shown. But in silence, the story of this film, which suddenly scares, creates fear within you. It makes you feel the increasing suffocation, which turns an unknown fear into such a pressure which you can feel. The most terrifying part of the film is the part that comes out of the walls. There are no blood or sudden ghosts. Instead, this family's love, stubbornness, and a devil's curse show human helplessness. The mother's stubbornness will fix everything. She gave the devil a chance to enter the house. The real love of the family is in understanding each other, not in controlling. This is in respecting, not in sacrificing. The devil was thrown out of the house, but it didn't end. This story ends without a definite end, where the curse is still going on. By being trapped in false hopes, your mind becomes a house of ghosts. Forgetting what you've lost and moving forward is the real way. You have to wake up. I am David. We'll meet again in the next video. Like the video to watch it next time.